Burkina Faso once stood as a symbol of vulnerability, hemmed in by sanctions, foreign dictates, and a war it did not choose. Villages were burned while speeches echoed in Geneva. French troops lounged in secure bases as rural families paid the price of neglect. For years, the response to every urgent call from Ouagadougou was the same: wait for reform, wait for elections, wait for permission. But blood was flowing, and waiting was no longer an option. Under Captain Ibrahim Traoré, that era ended. Instead of surrendering to dependency, Burkina Faso began to engineer sovereignty. 10 classified projects, hidden from foreign satellites, slowly reshaped the nation from a client state into a fortress of innovation. What the world dismissed as a poor Sahelian nation became a hub of battlefield autonomy. The first breakthrough was the deployment of Bayraktar TB2 drones, soon followed by the more advanced Akinci platforms. These were not symbolic acquisitions but operational game-changers. For the first time, Burkina Faso could strike insurgents without waiting for French intelligence or ECOWAS approval. The tempo of war shifted overnight. Surveillance was no longer foreign-controlled, it became a national weapon. But Traore knew firepower alone was insufficient. Sovereignty required mastery. That's why he built the National Drone Training Center, producing pilots who calculate not where the enemy is, but where the enemy will be. To support them, engineers launched indigenous drone assembly, tailoring UAVs for Sahelian dust, climate, and local combat needs. What began as imports became a philosophy. We build what we need without permission. From the skies, the doctrine expanded to the ground. Hidden drone bases, camouflaged beneath civilian infrastructure, formed an invisible grid of command hubs. These worked hand in hand with the Volunteer Defense Force. Villagers turned patriots, armed not only with rifles but with encrypted communication tools and real-time battlefield tablets. Together, they wove a lattice of resistance, no longer red zones, but dynamic corridors of defense. Mobility followed. Armored vehicles retrofitted for IED resistance and rapid strike became the moving fists of the new army. Helicopters and light attack aircraft reinforced this reach, cutting off insurgents before they could regroup. The final seal came through alliances that did not lecture but trained. Russian instructors transferred lessons from modern battlefields, teaching counteroffensives, sabotage detection, and the doctrine of survival under sanctions. Burkina Faso was no longer applying for sovereignty. It was enforcing it. Today, analysts call this architecture the Traore grid. For Burkina's citizens, it is simply existence secured. From dust runways to encrypted cores, every project was built in fire without begging. The question is no longer whether Burkina Faso can defend itself, but why others now call Ouagadougou before Paris.